say something about this, we can. So nobody's muted yet. So it's really fascinating. Their perspective is that the diaphragm is not equal between the right and the left side. So that goes back to our lungs. So our lungs, we have 2 lobes on our left because it makes space for the heart. And we have 3 lobes of lung on our right. The diaphragm seems to reinforce that. Our diaphragm is larger on the right side than it is on the left. It also attaches lower on the spine than it does on the left side. So that if we are not focused on breathing equally through both sides of our body, eventually what happens, and it's really fascinating, is that we end up with a slight clockwise rotation to our spine below the diaphragm and also our left pelvis. So our left pelvis, many times, the left side of our pelvis will be up and slightly anteriorly rotated. It'll be slightly forward of our right.
Good.
It's like, okay, that's some big stuff. So what we're going to focus on today is checking in to make sure that we are actually breathing equally through both halves, right? So I want you guys to place a little bit more attention on breathing through that left side of your body today. And so we're going to start when we start our breath, we're going to start in whatever variation of child's pose is most comfortable for us. And I know that child's pose is a little tricksy for knee flexion. So I want you guys, if you want to try it from child's pose, please take plenty of blankets in between the backs of your knees so that you're not flexing as deep, and also add a little extra padding underneath your knees. So that's where we're going to start today. Okay. So now I'm going to mute us and then we'll get going. Go team. All right. Okay. So here we go. It's so good to have everybody here. All right, you guys. So I know that this is a little unusual that we're starting our breath from child's pose, but it actually feels pretty good. I was practicing this the other night. I fell asleep in child's pose. Yeah. So it is possible to get comfortable in child's pose, I promise. I woke myself up and Eric went, "Where were you?" And I'm like, I fell asleep in child's pose. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate, if child's pose is not your favorite posture, how to adjust yourself so that it can be. So notice that I've got 2 blankets right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring the blankets forward so that they come close to the knees. And now you notice that I have a great deal less knee flexion. So this is a way that I can keep my body safe. And then once I get everything adjusted so that it's comfortable, I can open my knees and I can close my feet so that my big toes are touching. And then what you do is you just kind of come forward. If you are propped up so that the hips are higher, you just come onto your elbows. And then you just let the very top of your head rest on your hands. Okay, so super simple. If you do like child's pose and your body likes it, then you just come into child's pose. And again, bend at the elbows, and you're going to go ahead and let your hands be your pillow. Okay, so everybody got a space where they're comfortable and they feel like they can spend a few breaths here. So as we move into our breathing, what I want you to do is just take a few cycles of breath right here and just allow your body to breathe you so that you can discover where your normal pattern is. So when you're not thinking about your breath, what is the normal pattern? And just allow your body to find that. And then once you found your normal pattern, we're going to take our diaphragmatic breath. So I want you to feel this in the low belly, so between your belly button and your pubic bone. And as you inhale and gently push the belly out to the front, I also want you to feel in the soft spot between the pelvis and the back of the rib cage. I want you to feel that area also expand up towards the ceiling. So go ahead and give it a couple tries. So as you inhale, find the belly expansion. If you need to place your hands on that low back area to make sure that you can feel that expansion, that's great. And then exhale, gently drawing in, feeling that relax. So just as we've been practicing, so again, as you inhale, you're not only feeling the front of the belly expand, but also out towards the sides. And then making sure that you're feeling that low back expansion. So pretty much what you're doing is you're asking your body to expand in a range of motion that's 360 degrees, not just to the front, not just to the sides, not to just to the back, but all the way round. And then exhale, let that relax. We're going to do 2 more cycles of breath here, and then we're going to move our position. So again, working with your own cycle of breath, slow, steady inhale. And then slow, steady exhale. And then one more time, feeling this move into that deep low belly. Okay, now that we've connected to that, let's go ahead and we're going to rearrange ourselves. So you're going to move your blankets out from behind the legs. You're going to keep them handy. And now we're going to go ahead with our knees bent. We're going to just slowly roll ourselves down. Okay. All right. And we're going to go ahead and come onto our back. So keeping the blankets handy. All right. And this again, I really like the way Katie Bowman does this in her book, is that what happens is that as we lay on our back, what tends to happen is that our rib cage tends to pop up, right? Because we have this normal, which is good. We have a C curve through, or a J curve through our lumbar spine, our secondary curve. So what I want us to do is go ahead and take our hands, lightly interlace them behind the head, and then very gently lift ourselves up until you feel the rib cage ground in. Once you feel the rib cage ground in, now you know about how much you need to stack behind the shoulders and the head. So the blankets that we were just using, we're just going to motor them about, adjust ourselves so that we can prop ourselves up just a little bit. There we go. And now we're back into this really yummy neutral place. So once we have the bolsters and everything taken care of, if you place your hands on the front part of your pelvis, anterior superior ASIS, you should be able to feel that they are neutral. So, and you can test this by gently increasing the arch. So you're going to gently arch your back, your low back, very gently, and you can feel the pelvis, the top of the pelvis start to jut out, and the back of the pelvis or your sits bones move into the floor. Let that relax. Take a moment right there. Coming back to neutral, then what you're going to do is you're going to find that pubic bone, and you're going to tuck your tailbone, and you're going to press that pubic bone up into the air, now drawing the sits bones so that they're up at an angle. And then I want you to relax. So the goal here is to keep the sits bones so that they are parallel to the floor. Got it? So the first thing I want us to do is Connect into that diaphragmatic breath that we did while we were in child's pose. So that again, it's a deep inhale. And as you find that deep inhale, remember we're feeling this 360 degrees. So not only is the belly expanding, we're coming out to the sides and we're actually grounding into the back. And then as you exhale, I want you to feel the exhale start at the pelvic floor and then move all the way up. So as you exhale and you're drawing that low belly in, now what you want to do is feel the middle belly also draw in, and then finally the upper belly. So right underneath the sternum and the xiphoid process. And then let that relax. And just come back and allow your body to breathe you for a couple cycles of breath, because this is a lot of different types of work than we're used to doing. Okay, and so then again, when you're ready, take a slow, steady inhale. And again, feel this through the low belly. Then begin to feel the sides expand, and then also feel the back as you inhale. Ground into the mat. And then as you exhale, I want you to feel that bubble that you just created, release, and gently draw in and engage, starting from in between the pelvis, then moving to the middle belly. So this is the abdominals that are in between the top of the hip bones and the rib cage. And then finally, see if you can feel this top part that's very close to the xiphoid process, very close to the sternum, draw in and together. And then again, allow your body to relax, come back to its regular breathing. So you guys, at all times, this is not about creating a tremendous sense of pressure, right? It's not like you're straining and you're squeezing to get everything just right. This is just about finding the connection. And we'll do that one more time, so that as you inhale, coming down to the low belly, know that as you inhale, you're pulling that diaphragm down. So you're creating a bubble from the top, pulling down all the way towards the pelvic floor as you inhale, connecting in a 360-degree range. And then as you exhale, you release that bubble coming from the base, engaging the low belly, engaging the middle belly, and then gently engaging all the way up. And then again, allow that to relax and release. Come back to a very soft diaphragmatic breath. Allow your arms to come down by your side, palms facing up, eyes gently close. And now what I want you to do for the next 3 cycles of breath is just integrate what it is that we just did. So feel that slow, steady inhale. Feel that slow, steady exhale. Moving with your breath, connecting into the subtle movements that your body is making. And when you get done with your 3rd cycle of breath, gently bring your hands over your heart, palm facing down. And from this position, we're going to go ahead and move into sound and vibration. So when you're ready, use that gentle diaphragmatic breath that we've been practicing. Slow, steady inhale. Please set your intent for your practice in your day, making this an I am statement. And then gently, slowly release. Okay, you guys. So what we're going to do next is we're going to release our blankets from behind us. It's going to ask us to be a little bit more active through the core. I want you to make sure that you have a block and a strap handy. Okay, so gently draw the knees high into the chest. Give yourself a really yummy, gentle hug. And then gently roll yourself over. We're going to remove our blankets. And we're going to grab a strap and one of our handy dandy blocks. Okay, so we're going to work a little bit of range of motion while we're on our backs for our shoulders. Hopefully that will help them be less grumpy. And so we're just going to go ahead and roll back down. Okay. So the first thing is that we need to pay a little bit more attention to our rib cage because we don't have the blanket prop. So you may need to fidget a little bit to try to get the rib cage not popping out, but instead in a more neutral position. So once we've done that, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to use our block. So everybody grab your block. It's going to be the long way. You can do this also with a roll of paper towel or a box of Kleenex. So once the hands are up, there we go. We're going to take a slow, steady, deep inhale right here. Just another opportunity to practice that gentle pressing into the back. And then as we exhale, we're gently drawing in and pulling that bubble all the way back up. We're going to lengthen into our arms and we're going to bring that block up and over our head. Make sure that you don't let it touch the floor. So we're going to just allow it to hover here. Take a moment to notice if you arched your back strongly while you brought your arms up over your head, and gently see if you can reconnect into the spine to keep the spine neutral. While you have your block up over your head, I encourage you to feel the bottom part of the shoulder blade draw down towards the sides of your waist. And then when you're ready, slow, steady inhale. And then as you exhale, draw the block back up. What I want you to do next is you're going to go ahead and hold on to the edge of the block. So notice that it's the long end that's, let's do this. You're going to hold it on the long end. So we've got it in the left hand. Right arm is down by the side. So what I want you to do now is see how much connection you can keep with your shoulder blade on the left side, also connection into the core. So when you're ready, slow, steady inhale. And then exhale ever so gently. I want you to feel the back of the scapula begin to retract as you bring it out to the side. And you're going to allow it to hover, so you're not going to allow it to touch the floor. Continue to retract the shoulder blade in towards the spine. Your body may start shaking a little bit, that's fine. Notice if as you're doing this, you're arching into that low back. See if you can come back to a neutral pelvis. And then when you're ready, slow, steady inhale. And exhale. Squeeze that bubble gently back up and bring that arm up. Oh, yeah. And then you're going to go ahead and change sides. So take with your right hand, long side on the block, and then allow the left arm to come down by your side. So again, when you're ready, slow, steady inhale. Feel the connection into the back. And as you exhale, gently squeezing from the bottom up, float that right arm out. And again, you're going to use your entire exhale and you're going to allow that right arm to hover. Check in and find out if you've retracted your scapula. If you have not retracted that right scapula, I want you to take a moment, still trying to keep a neutral pelvis, and begin to squeeze that right scapula in towards the middle. Now, as you start working on this, you might find that your body starts shaking a little bit, and that's just fine. Breathe. Please don't hold your breath. And then when you're ready, slow, steady inhale. And exhale. Very gently, very slowly. As you squeeze your bubble up, you're going to bring your arm all the way back up. We're going to take both hands again around the block, okay? And feeling the connection to the scapula on our back. Slow, steady inhale. And as we exhale, gently bring the block up overhead. As you bring the block up overhead, continue to stay engaged through the back and focus on sliding the shoulder blades down along the sides of your belly or your trunk. Breathe. You're hovering. You're still breathing. And then when you're ready, slow, steady inhale. And as you exhale, feeling the engagement all the way up through the transverse abdominis, gently bring that block back up. One more rotation. I want you to take the block with the left hand, bring the right arm down by the side, slow, steady inhale, feeling the connection into the back. And then exhale as slowly as you can. Bring that left arm out and begin to feel that left shoulder blade retract towards the spine. Feel that engagement. Notice if you're arching your back, see if you can reconnect the back into the mat, still keeping everything neutral. Making sure that the block hovers. So we're just really asking our shoulder complex to come online, wake up, and then gently, slowly in, take a deep inhale, fill the belly. And as you exhale, gently bring that arm up. And if you get a little shaky shake in the arm, that's great. Change hands. Block is now in the possession of the right hand. Left arm is down. See if you can find that connection in with that right arm, making sure that the back and the pelvis stays neutral. Slow, steady inhale. And as you exhale, gently begin to bring that right arm out. And as you bring that right arm out, begin to find that retraction through that right shoulder blade. Again, hovering. You get some pops, that's great. Notice if it's a little bit easier to engage the right side this time, if that was your more difficult side. Keeping the connection. And then gently, slowly take a deep inhale. Exhale. And bring that right arm up. Good. Take a moment. Move the block. Bring it back down to the floor. Let your shoulder blades, arms come down to the side. Let everything release and relax. Just kind of notice how things are feeling. So you can roll the shoulder blades, or excuse me, roll the tops of your shoulders forward and then allow them to relax, forward and allow them to relax. Okay, next part is the strap. So if you are using a towel, right, like a tea towel, you're going to go ahead and hold on to the ends and you're going to pull away. If you have a strap, what you're going to do is create a circle with your strap. Okay, so you're going to actually enclose the end so that your arms are slightly wider than shoulder width. And then you're going to stick your hands through the strap or your wrists or your forearm. So take a place where you can press against the strap, right? Or your tea towel, and keep the arms long, keep the scapulas engaged. So once you've got that, your arms are facing upright. So fingertips are facing towards the ceiling. Spine and pelvis are neutral. And again, when you're ready, I want you're putting some pressure on this. So you're actually trying to keep the strap taut or your tea towel taut. When you're ready, slow, steady inhale. Fill everything in a 360-degree motion. And then as you exhale, gently push that bubble up. And as you push that bubble up, gently bring your arms once again up over your head. Oh boy. And you are pressing away. Breathe. As you do this, see if you can find the bottom edges of the shoulder blade, the bottom tips, and work those down towards your waist. Again, you're going to allow everything to hover once you get your arms up over your head. Breathe. Notice how your body feels as you do this. And then when you're ready, slow, steady inhale. Fill your belly 360 degrees. And then as you exhale, gently pressing away, draw the arms back up. Breathe. And then gently, slowly allow everything to release and relax. Let your arms just kind of do a little wiggle wobble. Let them come back out to the side. Let everything soften. We're going to just allow our bodies to absorb what we just did because that was a lot of resistance. Okay, and now from here, one more cycle of breath. We're going to do that one more time. So again, grab your tea towel, grab your strap that has the loop, place it either around the hands, around the wrists, or around the forearms, whatever feels best for you. Let those arms be long while the shoulder blades, the backs of the shoulder blades, the scapulas, connect into the floor. Fingertips are towards the ceiling. Slow spine and pelvis are in neutral. One more time, take that slow, steady inhale. Feel it 360 degrees. And as you exhale and you engage, gently pushing that bubble all the way up, back up, you're going to go ahead and bring the arms up over the head very slowly. As you do this, see if you can find depression. So you are going to drop the bottom parts of the shoulder blade down. Oh, yeah. So a lot of times this is just an intent. What we're doing is we're just trying to get all parts of the body through the shoulder complex to wake up. And then when you're ready, slow, steady inhale. 360 degrees, exhale. Bring those arms back up. And then gently release. Woo. Let your arms come down by your sides again. Let everything absorb. And then gently draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a gentle hug. Now what I want you to do is just let everything round and roll. You can go from side to side. You can go from front to back, whatever feels best. Just really allow everything to release, moving into a very gentle Apanasana. From here, what I want you to do is I want you to release the right leg. You can either keep it back bent or you can slide it down. You're going to go ahead and interlace your fingers behind the knee or just below the kneecap. And I want you to draw that left knee up and in. So moving into Pavana Mukhatasana, wind removing pose. We're doing this backwards, but that's okay. So I want you to go, just feel this opening through the left. Now, as we're opening through the left and you're gently squeezing that left leg along that left side of your trunk, I want you to take a moment and just notice what types of sensations you're feeling in the right leg. If the knee is bent, how does that feel through the low back? If the leg is extended, are you feeling possibly a little tightness that runs right along inside that right pelvis and down into the very top of the inner part of the right thigh? If you're feeling a little tightness there, that could potentially be your psoas. And then gently, slowly release that left leg and bring that right knee up. Switch sides, legs, and hands. So you're either going to interlace the fingers behind the right knee or just below the right kneecap. And as that left leg relaxes and it feels appropriate, either bring it down so the sole of the foot stays on the mat or feel that left leg fully extend. When you're ready, using your breath, gently squeeze that right side, that right leg. So of course, we're only doing this as far as the invitation is extended, as far as our body wants us to go. We're not pushing into pain. We're not trying to overextend. We're just wringing things out a little bit, squeezing things. Feel that breath against that right leg, and then take a moment to shift awareness over to the left. And again, just take a moment to observe how this is feeling through the left side. Are you feeling some tension that runs inside that left pelvis and then attaches very high on the inside of the left thigh? That could potentially be your left psoas or iliopsoas. Just talking to you just a little bit, going, wow, we're getting stretched. And then gently, slowly release by bringing that left leg back up. Release the right leg. One last time, take both legs. You're either going to take underneath the knees to protect them or interlace just below the kneecaps. And give yourself that really amazing squeeze. From here, release your hands, gently roll yourself over to the side and press yourself up. Okay, you guys, how are things feeling? Oh, there we go. Good? How are shoulders feeling? Yeah? Okay, yeah. Good, 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 good. Oh my gosh, we have Carolyn and Peggy too. Hi, ladies, yahoo! Good to see you all. All right, so here we go. So now we're going to take all this yumminess that we just did with our shoulders. Now we're going to bring it into tabletop. This is also another really yummy opportunity for us to come back into some awareness of breathing into our back. So the trick here is, while you're in tabletop, before we move into the next section, is that I want you to go ahead, as long as your body says yes, you're going to take your right hand and I want you to bring it, oops, sorry. You're going to take your left hand and bring it on top of that soft spot over the left side. And what I want you to do is, as you take your inhale and you fill 100 or 360 degrees, which includes your back, I want you to feel this left side move. So really press into that left hand and then exhale and allow it to relax. And then one more time. Feel that left side of your back move. Now I want you to change. You're going to bring that left hand down and bring that right arm up and right hand. Now I want you to breathe into the right side. And I want you to see if you notice any difference between breathing into the right versus breathing into the left. So again, slow, steady inhale, breathe into the right. Exhale, allow it to release. And then one more time. And allow it to release. And just kind of observe and notice if there was a sensation of difference between, did you have one side that was easier than the other? Now that we've practiced breathing into our backs, I want you to take your hips and gently sway your hips over to the left. And let your gaze shift over to the right. And again, we're focusing on the diaphragmatic breath that moves in the 360-degree range. So you're breathing to the front, to the sides, and also into the back. One more cycle of breath right here. And then gently, slowly bring yourself up and then allow that to rotate over to the right. So shift the hips over to the right. Oh yeah. And let your gaze move over to the left. And breathe. One more time. And then bring yourself back to neutral. Okay, so now we're going to move just a little bit more into our shoulders. So allow your hands to come out so that only a little bit of the hand is on the mat, or if it's more comfortable, you can bring your arm completely off the mat. So we're still in tabletop, but we have a wide stance through our arms. Take a slow, steady inhale, starting in neutral. 360-degree breath, exhale, and I want you to gently shift, bringing that right arm down. You may need to open your stance just a little bit more, and I want you to extend into that right arm. Your nose may come very close to your mat. That's okay. Breathe. Now, once you've done this, what I want you to do is start playing with the shoulder blade. Even though your hands are lengthening through the fingertips, I want you to take that shoulder blade, that scapula, and start working on drawing it in towards the spine. You may get some shaking through your arm, and that's just fine. Please remember, you're only doing this as far as your body is inviting you. There should be no pain. And then gently release. Woo, bring that up. And slow, steady inhale, 360 degrees. Exhale, gently lengthen into that left shoulder blade. Again, your nose may be very close to your mat. That's fine. And again, here, I want you to play with that inner edge of the scapula and gently begin to work at drawing it in. Slow, steady inhale, slow, steady exhale. And then gently, slowly allow that to release. Woo, yay. Okay, you guys, here's something fun that I want you to try. You're going to bring both hands back in. I want you to take that right arm, bring it back behind, bending at the elbow, draping it over. Slow, steady inhale. 360 degrees. Now, as you exhale, drawing in, I want you to use that core, squeeze through the glutes to bring yourself up towards kneeling. Take another full inhale right here. Oh, I don't have a head. Exhale. Now, I want you to squeeze through the glutes. As you exhale, I want you to really pull up softly, gently, making sure that you're keeping yourself safe, and press down. Bring that right arm down. When you're ready, left arm swings around back. Take another full deep inhale. This time, as you exhale, squeeze through that entire trunk and bring yourself up. Deep full inhale once you're up. Beautiful, you guys. Now, when you exhale again, squeeze, hinge through the hip, gently float yourself back down, come back down to both hands. Did that feel safe for everyone? Was that okay? Yes? Okay, good. All right, I'm going to shift the camera just real quickly because now we're going to take this and we're going to start creating some movement. There we go. Okay. So here we go. We're back in tabletop. So when you're ready, you're going to take that right hand again and I want you to bring it behind. Deep inhale. Feel that breath move into your back behind your arm. As you exhale, squeeze, gently bring yourself up. If possible, bring both hands behind now. Take another deep inhale. And then as you exhale, squeeze, you're going to shift your body weight to the right, step that left foot forward, taking yourself into a gentle lunge. Please make sure that if you need your chair, grab your chair. Breathe. Now, if your body says yes, I want you to curl underneath your toes. Now, once you've curled underneath your toes, I want you to squeeze into that right glute. Breathing that full diaphragmatic breath. Release the right glute, release the right toes. Let your body sink in a little bit more if that's what it says it wants. And then gently, slowly, as you exhale, you're going to contract through the core, press down through the foot, bring yourself back and back into kneeling. Pause here. Release that left hand. So slow, steady inhale right here. As you exhale, squeezing through the core, pulling that bubble all the way up, come back down, left hand back onto the mat. Release the right hand back onto the mat. Pause. Breathe 360 degrees. Exhale, let it relax. Another inhale. This time I want you to release. Bring that left arm behind. As you exhale, squeeze. Bring yourself up. Inhale, pause. As long as your body says yes, I want you to bring both hands behind. Shift the body weight over to the left. Deep inhale. As you exhale, squeezing through the middle, I want you to step that right foot forward. Beautiful, you guys. Just pause here for a moment. Take a moment to notice how your body's feeling. Take a moment to spread through the toes. Deep inhale on the exhale. If your body says yes, curl underneath those left toes and begin to squeeze into that left glute. Breathe 360 degrees. Exhale. Feel the core squeeze. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze. Make sure that you're squeezing into that left glute. Next inhale, release the glute, release the toes curling under, and allow your body to sink into the posture if it says yes. Again, full steady inhale. 360 degrees. And again, slow, steady inhale. On the exhale, as you squeeze, gently bring yourself back and bring that right leg back. Pause here. Okay. With your next exhale, you're going to go ahead and release that left arm. Oh, sorry, this should be the right arm. So change that. Inhale. Exhale. Right arm gently comes down. Left arm gently comes down. 360-degree breath coming from the diaphragm. Okay, this time I want you to take that left hand, bring it to the center. You're going to fill your body with breath on the inhale. 360 degrees. As you exhale, gently squeezing, inhale that right arm up. Gentle twist. And then exhale, gently, slowly bring it down. Move that left hand back, bring that right hand in. Full breath, wrapping all the way around, spine to belly button, and inhale. Exhale, squeeze, and then open into that left side. One more breath. And exhale, squeeze, and bring that hand down. Okay, you guys. So now we're going to take this all the way up into high lunge. If your body's not quite ready for that, then you're going to stay with the knee bent and keep the lower leg on the floor. If you want to try it, but you're not sure about balance, grab your chair. So if you need your chair, what you're going to do is just bring it out to the side so that in case you need to grab, you can grab. All right, here we go. So we're going to start again. Take a slow, steady inhale. 360 degrees, spine to belly button. And I want you to go ahead, take that left hand, bring it behind. As you exhale, squeezing, come up into a kneeling position. Good. Both hands behind as long as your body says yes. Another slow, steady inhale. Exhale, squeeze, shift the body weight and step that left foot forward. Slow, steady inhale. Exhale, turn underneath those right toes, squeeze into that right glute. Inhale right here, pause. Exhale, squeeze through the belly and then lift and lengthen into that right leg. Inhale, pause. Release the hands. Exhale, pause. Just observe how your body's feeling. If your body says yes, inhale, fill the belly. All the way into the back. Exhale, squeeze and gently lengthen the arms up. Shift the gaze upward if your body says yes. Inhale, fill the belly. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, release the arms. Exhale, as you squeeze, come back down. Right knee touches and release that right foot. Inhale, pause. Exhale, gently allow. If your body says yes, hips and ankle to come forward, making sure that the knee and ankle are in line on the left side. Breathe. Again, if your body says yes, full deep inhale. Arms down by the side. Exhale, squeeze and allow the arms to come up. Big breath here. Activate through the shoulder girdle. One more breath. As you exhale and squeeze, release the arms. Allow this left arm to come on top of the left thigh. Inhale, pause. Exhale, gently open as you squeeze, bringing that right arm up. Beautiful, good. And then gently, slowly release. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, want you to pause. Exhale, as you squeeze, press down through that left foot, bringing yourself back more upright. Inhale, pause. Exhale, squeeze again. Gently release that left leg. Come back to kneeling. Inhale, pause. Coming back to that left arm behind. As you exhale, squeeze and release that right arm down. Inhale, pause. Exhale, as you squeeze, left hand comes down. From here, I want you to open through the knees. You're going to either take puppy dog or child's pose, whichever feels best to you. Give yourself breathing time, softening time, you guys. That was just an awful lot of work, and we're only halfway done. So just let your body open and relax. No matter where you are, if you're in puppy or in child's pose, I want you to pay attention to creating equal breath into the left side of your back and the right side of your back. Let everything soften. Let everything integrate, you guys. This is some big work that we're doing today. Two more cycles of breath. And then when you're ready, as you exhale, I want you to squeeze starting from the low belly, bringing it all the way up. Use that engagement through the belly to gently bring yourself up and then back into kneeling. There you go. Beautiful. Everybody looks fabulous. Okay, good. Let the shoulders roll for a moment. Let the head and neck roll for a moment. Check and make sure that everything is feeling nice and loose. Those of you that had a catch in the low back, check to see if that's still there or if that has unwound itself. Okay. So right here, slow, steady inhale. As you exhale, feel the engagement come from the pubic bone up and gently bring yourself back down into tabletop. Okay, you guys, this time I want you to take this right hand and bring it behind. So you're going to take a deep inhale. Breathe into the back as well as the sides and the front. And as you exhale, feel the engagement come through the core and gently bring yourself up into kneeling. Inhale, feel your body pause. When you're ready, exhale. Feel the engagement. Shift the body weight over to that left leg and step that right foot forward. Inhale, pause. Exhale, engage through the core, curl underneath the toes and squeeze into that left glute. Inhale, pause. Still squeezing. Exhale, squeeze into the core and lengthen into that left leg. Inhale, pause. When you're ready, on the exhale, squeeze through the core. Inhale, bring the arms up. Breathe. One more breath. As you exhale, sweep the arms down. Inhale, pause. As you exhale, squeeze, drop into that left knee and the top of the left foot. Inhale, pause. When you're ready, take that right hand, bring it on top of the right thigh. If your body says yes, feel free to shift the hips forward, making sure that the knee and ankle stay in line. Inhale, pause. Exhale, squeeze, and bring that left arm up. Breathe. On the exhale, squeeze, gently lower that left arm. Press down, bring the hips back. Inhale, pause. On the next exhale, squeeze through the core. Step that right foot back. Inhale, pause. As you exhale, squeeze. Release that right arm. Come back down, tabletop. Left arm, come down. Inhale, pause, breathe into the back. And then gently, slowly release yourself back into puppy pose or child's pose. And again, take a moment and breathe. Again, checking to make sure that you're breathing equally into both sides of the back. And then gently, slowly release. We're going to come back onto our backs, and I want you to grab your blocks. And slowly roll back onto the floor. How are we doing, you guys? Everybody feeling okay? Yes? Awesome. Yay. Okay, so we have our block. All right, you guys, good. So here's what I want us to do. Just kind of take a moment as you're coming back and readjusting to just kind of notice how everything feels through the back, feels through the pelvis. Okay, this next part that we're going to do, here we go, is I want you to bend into the knees, and I want you to place the block on your feet. So notice, you guys, I have my knees really bent. So for those of you that have tight hamstrings, you can do this from here, okay? If you need to bring your legs down a little bit, you can still find a way to balance the block. All right, those of you that feel comfortable extending, you can extend your legs. We have both legs on the feet, or excuse me, both feet on the block. Oh. All right, you guys. So no matter where you are, whether knees are bent or whether legs are extended, I want you to come back to a full diaphragmatic breath, so that as you inhale, I want you to feel expansion to the front, sides, and then also gently pressing into the back. So 360 degrees, wrap it. Now, once you've done one full breath, we're going to play a little bit. On this next breath, I want you to focus on your left rib cage and your left side of your low back. I want you to see if you can send your breath more to the left than to the right. So when you're ready, slow, steady inhale. Breathe into that left side. And then exhale. And let it go. This next breath, I want you to do that again, but as you inhale, I also want you to take that left side of your hip and gently draw it up. So you're going to very ever so slightly twist so that that right hip drops and the left hip comes up. That's on the inhale. Exhale, everything gently comes back to center. Okay. So when you're ready, slow, steady inhale, breathe into the left. As you breathe into the left, allow that left hip to move up towards that left rib cage. As you exhale, engaging through the core, feel it release as you bring it back to center. Next, I want you to breathe into the right side. So place your attention to breathing into the right lung, right rib cage. And then exhale, squeezing and allowing that to release. Okay, now we're going to move the right hip as we inhale. So inhale, right hip comes up. Notice that there's a difference in sensation on the right side versus the left side. And then exhale, allow it to release. One more time. Inhale to the right. And exhale. Now I want you to play. So you're going to take an inhale, turn to the left, exhale, come back to neutral, inhale, turn to the right. So you're not doing this with your upper body. This is just with the pelvis. Exhale, bring it back to center. One more time. Inhale towards the left. Exhale, let it relax. Inhale towards the right. Exhale, allow it to relax. Good. Now what I want you to do is very carefully remove the block. Bring your legs out into a nice, gentle, blissful baby. You can wrap at the ankles, or you can bring hands across the sole of the feet and just enjoy here for a moment. If you want to do a little bit more, please feel free to squeeze through the glutes and gently press the soles of the feet into the palms of the hands. There's no movement. All we're doing is activating. And then gently allow that to release. Now, here's what we're going to do. Grab our block again. We're going to start by placing the block on the left foot. So you've only got one foot on your block. You've got your hands. You're going to help rearrange. And then you're going to bring your right leg back up. Okay. So if you need to have a bend in this left leg, please do so. If your left leg can extend. So we're doing this just a little bit differently than last week. Last week, I asked us to actually move the block. This time, I'm giving us all a break. So we're just going to hold the block on that left foot. You're going to keep that left leg stable. You're going to flex strongly through that right leg. And I want you to engage the muscle. So slow, steady inhale, fill 360 degrees of your belly. As you exhale, I want you to squeeze through the core and then gently, slowly begin to open that right leg out to the side. Stay active through that right leg. It may not go very far. What I'm looking for is how active can you be through that right leg and still hold the balance through the left. Take another deep inhale. As you exhale, squeezing through the glute, I want you to engage everything in that right leg, and I want you to gently, slowly bring it back up. If the leg starts to shake, that's even better. Now you have an option. You can either play with your feet and see if you can move the block over to the right leg with your feet, or you can just bend into the knees and move the block. I leave it completely up to you. But the upshot is that right foot is now going to hold the block, and that left leg is extended. And active, and you're using that full diaphragmatic breath. You've got as much bend in the knees as you need. When you're ready, slow, steady inhale, fill 360 degrees of your belly. Notice if your body is listing more towards one side, see if you can realign it. And then on the exhale, squeeze, gently draw that bubble up and open that left leg out. Engage through that left leg. Again, this is not about how far or how deep you're going to go. This is much more about how much activity you can create in your legs. As you exhale, gently, slowly. Oh, there it goes. Bring that left leg up. Good. And then when you're ready, gently bend into the knees. Release the block. Yay. Beautiful, you guys. Come back into blissful baby. If your body says yes and you want to extend those beautiful legs, please do so. You can wrap your first two fingers around your big toe. Not necessarily, only if you choose. Breathe and soften. When you're ready, gently release. I want you to bring your legs out wider as you come down to the feet so that half of your foot is on your mat and half of your foot is off. We're going to do a very gentle twist today to finish. So when you're ready, as you exhale, I want you to gently allow your legs to float over towards the left. And again, fill the belly 360 degrees. Exhale, squeeze. Coming from the bottom, floating to the top. And then gently release. Bring the legs back up. And then when you're ready, exhale, gently float over towards the right. Again, full belly breath, 360 degrees. And as you exhale, feel the bubble move up from the pelvis all the way up. Inhale. And then gently, slowly release. When you're ready, move yourself into final savasana. So take whatever blankets, bolsters, eye bags, pillows, or whatnot, straps, blocks you need so that you can come into this final piece of relaxation. Y'all, we've worked very strongly today. Really focused on making quality movements, feeling very connected to the inside of our body. Please use this time to allow your bodies to integrate everything that you just engaged in. Let your eyes close. Let everything become very soft. Feel sensation. Be in this present moment. Let everything relax, including your breath, including your belly, including your body. Very gently, very slowly, begin to find your way back. Start with your fingers and toes, your hands and feet, and allow them to make whatever movements feel best and most natural for you. Then coming back into your breath, feel the awareness come up your legs, through your arms, and into your belly. Once again, As you inhale, feel your belly open 360 degrees. And as you exhale, feel that bubble that starts at the pelvic floor gently pull up all the way back up and into the lungs. If it feels appropriate, use your breath to bring your arms up over your head and then stretch, fingers to toes and bones to skin. Then draw gently your knees into your chest. Give yourself that final hug. And press yourself back into a seated position and allow your hands to come to your heart in prayer. You guys. Thank you oh so much for an amazing, fun practice this morning. I honor the divine in you, that is the divine in me, that is the divine in all of us. Namaste, and may the blessings be.